15-year-old Quinn Mitchell,
who's been asking tough questions.
A lot of people are excited about meeting, their favorite YouTuber or their favorite social media star, whatever. I liked meeting politicians.
How old are you?
11.
Do you believe that Trump violated the peaceful transfer of power?
Are you in high school?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a 15-year-old political enthusiast from New Hampshire. It's one of the 50 states in the United States. I got involved in politics and history when I was 5 years old. From a young age, I was able to have conversations with adults in my life about political issues that really enlightened me on what was happening in our world. I slowly progressed. I slowly just built up my questions, and that's how I got where I am today.
Can you explain how politics works in the US?
Big question. All right. So obviously there's the US government at a federal level, specifically the three branches. There's the Constitution, which is basically the framework of our country. We have the fundamentals, the right to a free press, which is enshrined in our Constitution, which I love. I love that part specifically for myself. The two big parties in the United States are the Republicans and the Democrats. A lot of people just fall into those two because those are the only two we have. It's not mandatory to vote in the United States. I think a third of our citizens don't vote, so something around that. The US political system is very hard to explain in a couple of minutes. What I will tell you is that you get the opportunity to question politicians, especially in New Hampshire, because we have the right to, and they're gonna represent us if they get elected.
And what's happening in US politics at the moment?
Our former president, Donald Trump, is under 4 indictments. We are currently going through the presidential primary, where the two political parties elect a nominee. Then there will be 2 nominees who will go against each other in the general election, which is in November of 2024. So we're kind of all gearing up for that right now. A lot of it is around Donald Trump, I have to say.
Can you tell us a little bit about what events you go to?
Yeah, I go to the presidential primary events in New Hampshire, which are mainly town hall meetings where you get the opportunity to ask questions. And I feel a responsibility, as a citizen too, to ask them.
Can you share what happened recently at the GOP Candidate Summit?
So this was the summit for the New Hampshire State Republican Party. I went in, I heard a couple of people. Then I was removed by the security there under the conclusion that I was a Democrat tracker. I hadn't done anything to disrupt the event, so they let me back in. But what was clear to me then, it was that somebody did not want me there asking my questions. It just proves, if a 15-year-old can have an impact, especially in a state like New Hampshire.
So what do you like about journalism?
I like the idea of holding the people we elect to serve accountable on their actions or whatever promises they made. What I found is, hard questions matter. And without journalism, I feel, citizens become easily more prone to, disinformation or being ignorant about, certain political issues.
And how do you look for news?
Yeah, I have several morning newsletters sent to me to look at a lot of perspectives across the political spectrum. Because if you're only looking at one, you're getting probably extreme bias. I listen to a lot of conservative and liberal commentary. One of my favorite things to listen to is, debates. It's the most entertaining things, in my opinion, to watch.
What are some of your most memorable moments?
I got a challenge coin from that. I don't know if you know what it is. It's usually for military, and it's basically like if you have the challenge coin when you meet somebody, they have to buy you a drink, but if you don't have it, the person has to buy them a drink. So Biden gave me one of those in June of 2019. He said, okay, I guess I owe you a drink. And he stepped away from all the press, and then, we went over to grab a drink together. And then another time was random campaign rally. And then he just pulled a Coca-Cola out of his pocket. I'm not kidding. It was in his pocket. I thought about this for 4 years. This is an extreme mystery for me. For 4 years, I pondered, what could have happened? The conclusion is, I think, is the campaign staffers, they saw me, they knew I had a challenge coin, they slipped by in a Coca-Cola because, nobody really has a Coca-Cola in their pocket.
No. That is the most hilarious story. I love that so much. So why do you think it's important for young kids to be involved in politics?
We live in such a consequential and momentous time period where the politicians we elect to serve and the decisions they make are going to impact us drastically, whether it's in 30 or 50 years. So if there's a time to be involved, it's definitely right now. Be involved in what you believe in and try to make a change, because you'll find your voice matters more than you think it is.